The film begins and shows an old woman telling a story to her granddaughter. Many years ago, he tells, a woman lives in a city. She works as a produce seller and sells things door to door. One day, when the salesman was returning, she saw a large bungalow in her car mirror. When the seller sees it, she thinks she will go there, and when she gets there, she is surprised. She is actually surprised to see the view outside the bungalow because the garden was beautiful, because the trees were beautifully cut. Later, the salesman goes inside the bungalow. She found no one inside and the whole place was deserted. There were only huge machines, which means that the experiments were carried out here many years ago. The machines were old. She looked around and then heard someone's voice from upstairs. He moves up and follows the voice and sees someone sitting in the shadows. The lady calls him and asks him to come forward. That a man walks in front of her, but the lady is afraid to see his hands. Like him, he held many weapons in his hands, and the lady thinks to leave but then calls her. He says please don't go and stop here. The lady turns and understands. They were not weapons, but his hands. They look like weapons. He was holding scissors in his hands because he was a robot, not a human. The lady asks his name and he says my name is Edward. She tells him that I am not a human but a robot like humans, but I am not complete, and the lady took pity on him when she heard it. She feels bad for him, and he didn't look happy either. He was scared and the lady notices a lot of fear because of the scissors on his hands. The lady feels bad about Edward, and she doesn't want to leave him alone, so she takes pity on him and takes him with her. Edward watched things around while sitting in the car with her, and he was excited and happy. He stepped out of that bungalow into this world for the first time. The lady brings him to her house and gives him clothes. Edward couldn't wear clothes due to Scissorhands and issues. The lady helps him and then introduces him to her family at lunchtime. The lady treated him like people, even though he is a robot. She gives him human food to eat and it's obvious that he had trouble eating the food. The next day, the lady's husband was cutting trees. Edward arrives and uses his scissor hands to shape the tree into a dinosaur. The lady's husband is surprised to see this. Later, Edward creates the structure of the family through his art, cuts family shape into trees. The family is happy to see that and there was a new guest in the lady's house. When the people around find out, they come to meet him. They will tell the seller that we will find out that there is a new guest in your house, and he's talented so we want to meet him for dinner. The lady is busy preparing the food for the night and Edward is also helping her. He easily cut vegetables with scissors. Then the lady tried to open the seal of the box with a machine. Seeing this, Edward sees a flashback, in which the bungalow is shown where Edward lived, where the lady went and saw huge machines there. An old scientist is shown testing some machinery at the time. These were machines that made food automatically. She then walks over to the robot and places a heart-shaped cookie on its heart. Here we find out that the incomplete robot is none other than Edward. A lot of hard work made the scientist advance him over time. And then Edward was ready after a lot of hard work. Scientist also puts human feelings into Edward, because he wants to make Edward a complete person. That is why he is called a robot-like man. Something remained that Edward's hands were still like scissors. That's because his job before was cutting trees, lettuce, and vegetables. Soon the scientist was going to put human hands on Edward. Then the scene shifts to the present where everyone has met the special guest Edward. Everyone is surprised to see Edward's hands. They still want to know him because they were interested in him, so they behaved nicely. Edward was sleeping in his room at night. Then the lady's daughter named Kim arrived. She came back after so many days because she went to enjoy herself with her friends. Now she doesn't know Edward and Edward doesn't know anything about her either. He watched her as he lay on the bed and was scared. Then Kim saw him removing his makeup. She gets scared to see him and leaves the room scared, but her parents calm her down. Her mother reassures her that she shouldn't worry because he is Edward and he will be living with us. Then her mother makes her meet Edward. The next day, Edward is shown giving nice shapes to the trees in the neighborhood by cutting them. Edward did it because everyone liked him. They behaved nicely, and when he was cutting a neighbor's tree, a dog came to him. He has long hair and Edward gives it a nice haircut while cutting it. The dog owner is happy to see his dog. Then other neighbors are shown bringing their dogs to Edward for a haircut. They want a nice haircut for their dogs. Edward was an expert at this and does it quickly and neatly. He gives a lion look at the lady's dog and the lady is happy to see her dog. She was so happy that she asked Edward, "Will you cut my hair?" Edward does the same and starts cutting her hair. And he cuts her hair nicely. Afterwards, all the females force Edward to cut his hair. Even the salesman who brought Edward here gets a haircut. Edward was talented, so he became famous for his task. He was even called up for a TV show as well. Everyone asks Edward to open a salon, because he does everything worth appreciating. It is obvious that he will need money to open a salon. So the salesman takes Edward to the bank, so he takes out a loan for the salon. The bank refuses to lend to him because he has no source of income. He doesn't even have a bank account or ID. It doesn't matter to Edward because money has no value in his life. He just likes the thing and takes care of it, which is none other than the daughter of the salesman Kim. Yes, he likes Kim. Kim also likes him, but her boyfriend was jealous, so he comes up with a plan. He says, Kim, that we are going to meet our parents at night, and we steal my father's van. Then we will go to a separate place where we can spend a lot of time together. My father will get the insurance money, and for that we will need Edward's help because only he can open the lock with his scissor hands. Edward is about to go with them when Kim asks him to go. Then they go inside the house and open the lock, but the alarm starts ringing. The shutters in the room that Edward was in will automatically begin to close. Kim and her companions run away from there, but Kim doesn't want to leave and wants to take Edward out. Her boyfriend won't let her, and forcibly takes her with him and says we must leave soon. The police come here and he did it because he was jealous of Edward. And the reason is that Kim likes Edward. Meanwhile, the police arrive and hold Edward, but he won't tell them that Kim and her friends were with him. Afterwards, Edward was brought before the judge, but he left him because Edward has been alone for many years and doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. Afterwards, Edward returns home and Kim thanks him for saving their lives and not telling his name. Kim says, it's my fault, I should have told you the truth, that in reality we are going for a heist. The house we went to belongs to my friend, and Edward says, yes, I already know. Is Kim seriously asking, did you know that? And says, why don't you say anything even though you know? Edward, she says, because you asked me to. Likewise, the respect and love for Edward in the heart of Kim grows. Then it was Christmas Day, and Edward makes a huge and beautiful ice sculpture for Kim. Edward sharpened the ice and it started to fly through the air, which looked beautiful. Kim also enjoys the flying ice, so she begins to enjoy it while standing under it. Edward doesn't know that Kim has arrived here because he was fully occupied with his work. Meanwhile, Kim's friend comes and says hi in a loud voice. When she hears the voice of Edward, she loses his attention and accidentally cuts Kim's hand. Kim's mother arrives and tells Edward mother she did it by mistake. Then she takes him inside and bandages her up. A friend of Kim is shown outside. She misbehaves with Edward and pressures him when she calls him bad. He says, you are crazy and leave here. Edward left there sad and angry. Even he cuts the clothes he was wearing with his hands. He was now in the same state as before and began to cut down the trees, which he gave into nice shapes. The neighbors who were Edward's devil feared him after the robbery, and the lady calls the police when she sees it. Kim is shown worried about her boyfriend's jealousy. He yells at his friend how angry he is and breaks off her relationship with him. Edward sat on the corner of the road and worried. Suddenly a dog comes flying and it has long fur, so Edward calms down after seeing it. So she returns home and leaves everything where Kim was alone. They were out of the house looking for Edward, and Kim is happy to see Edward in the house. She asks him to hug her, but Edward says, no, I can't do that, because my hands are like scissors and I can't hurt you. Hearing this, Kim goes to him and hugs him. Now Edward remembers the time when a scientist brought human hands to make him fully human. Before the scientist could fix his hands, he had a heart attack. That's why he died there. That's why Edward still has scissor hands. Kim's boyfriend is shown furious. He was drunk and with his friends. He arrives at Kim's house in a car with his friends. This is where Edward finds out how dangerously Kim's friend drives. Then she thinks Kim's younger brother is out of the house, so she goes outside. Before Kim's brother gets into a car accident, Edward saves him. They fall aside to save him, and Edward's scissors hit brother Kim's face. His face is going to hurt because of this, Kim's brother yelled. When they heard his voice, Kim's parents and people around came. Edward tried to free Kim's brother, but everyone thought Edward was attacking the child. Kim's father was also hit by Edward's scissors by mistake. Then Kim's friend attacks Edward. Now to save himself, Edward hurts Kim's friend. Meanwhile, the police arrive. That's why Edward runs away from there. In fact, he wants to go back to the bungalow where he lives and came to this world. It was no ordinary bungalow, but a world of robot machines. Kim knows that Edward went there, so she goes after him and finds Edward sitting there depressed. Kim is also sitting with him. Kim's friend also comes after her and has a gun with which he shoots at Edward. She also hits Edward and Kim attacks her friend to save Edward. He slapped Kim and pushed her. At this, Edward becomes furious, so he plunges the scissors into him. She drops him out of the window. Because of it, he dies. Kim says, Edward, I love you too, and then walks out of the house saying goodbye to him. Here Kim has the same hand as Edward, and many companions of Kim have arrived at the bungalow. Kim shows them Edward's hand, which was not from Edward. Kim says that my friend and Edward ended each other. Everyone returns after him. Then the story cuts to the present when the old lady was telling the story to her granddaughter. Here the old lady reveals that I am none other than Kim. He says he believes Edward will be alive today. As I told you, it is not a human, but AI stands for artificial intelligence. His age will increase over time and not decrease. Then her granddaughter asks, did you love him too? How he adored you. Why didn't you go meet Edward? Kim, he says, because I'm older. I want Edward to remember or miss me whenever he saw me last. Her granddaughter wonders how she can say that with such certainty that she will survive. Kim says because when Edward first came into this world it was snowing. It's still snowing today. If Edward wasn't present there would be no snow. While cutting ice in the bungalow, Edward is shown creating sculptures that look like angels. He was grinding ice, the left ice was falling into the city. Like many years ago on Christmas Day, among the statues was a statue of Kim. This scene closes this sentimental film. Thanks for watching.